Hey everyone! Welcome to Quiz Cola Challenge, the ultimate quiz challenge. Ready to test your brain and have some fun with koala? From history to science, geography to pop culture. Can you get a perfect score? Subscribe to our channel and let's get started. Let's jump into today's general knowledge quiz and find out. Let the quiz begin. The mummy of Tutankhamun was found inside a coffin made of what? Gold. After the tomb was opened, several people associated with the discovery died mysteriously. This led to the popular myth of the Pharaoh's curse, although it's never been scientifically proven. Which fruit has seeds on the outside? Strawberry. Strawberries are the only fruit with seeds on the outside. Each strawberry has around 200 seeds on its skin. Who wrote Romeo and Juliet? Answer A, William Shakespeare. Despite being one of the world's most famous love stories, Romeo and Juliet knew each other for only about 4 days before dying for love. Which blood type is universal donor? Option C, O negative. Their blood can be safely given to anyone. However, only about 7% of the global population has O negative blood. What is the fastest racket sport in the world? Badminton. The shuttlecock can soar at speeds exceeding 400 kilometers per hour during a professional smash. Which is the smallest ocean in the world? Arctic. The Arctic Ocean is the smallest and shallowest of all 5 major oceans, and scientists have discovered more biodiversity than tropical water. Which U.S. state is known as the Sunshine State? Florida. Florida is officially nicknamed the Sunshine State because of its warm, sunny climate and year-round good weather, and it was formally adopted in 1970. Which country invented paper? China. China invented paper, gunpowder, the compass, and printing, often called the 4 Great Inventions. Question number 9. Which famous document begins with "We the People"? U.S. Constitution. The U.S. Constitution is the oldest written national constitution still in use. It was signed in 1787, over 230 years ago. Which instrument has 6 strings? Guitar. The modern guitar evolved from instruments over 4,000 years old, but the familiar 6-string version became popular in Spain during the 16th century. Who painted The Starry Night? Van Gogh. Van Gogh considered it a failure at that time, yet today it's one of the most famous and beloved paintings in the world. What is the largest internal organ in the human body? Liver? You got it right. The liver is the only organ that can regenerate itself and has over 500 vital functions, including detoxifying blood, storing nutrients, and producing bile to help digest fats. Which country gifted the Statue of Liberty to the USA? France. The Statue of Liberty's full name is Liberty Enlightening the World, and the green color it has today is due to the copper exterior, which has oxidized over time. What is a group of sharks called? You got it right. Sharks have been around for over 400 million years. That's older than dinosaurs, trees, and even Mount Everest. Which of the following is not a decathlon sport? Marathon. The decathlon is a sport that includes 10 events: the 100 meters, long jump, shot put, high jump, 400 meters, 110 meters hurdles, discus throw, pole vault, javelin throw, and 1,500 meters run. The world's largest desert, the Sahara, is about the size of? Of course, Australia. The Sahara is the largest hot desert in the world, covering 9.2 million square kilometers. Antarctica is technically the largest desert overall, cold desert, at about 14 million square kilometers. Which is the slowest mammal on Earth? Option C, sloth. Sloths are the slowest mammals on Earth, moving at an average speed of just 0.24 kilometers per hour. Which of these animals like to eat skunks? Great horned owl. Great horned owls are powerful hunters and can even take down animals larger than themselves, like skunks, rabbits, and even other birds of prey. The world's highest waterfall is? Angel Falls. Angel Falls is the tallest uninterrupted waterfall on Earth, with a drop of 979 meters, 3,212 feet. That's nearly 15 times taller than Niagara Falls. What is the name of the mountain on which the Christ the Redeemer statue stands? Corcovado. Corcovado rises 710 meters, 2,329 feet, above sea level and offers a panoramic view of Rio de Janeiro, including Sugarloaf Mountain, Copacabana, and Ipanema beaches. The ancient city of Petra is carved into a cliff made of which natural material? Sandstone. Petra is famously called the Rose Red City because of the pink-hued sandstone cliffs into which it is carved. The Great Wall of China stretches about how far? 13,000 miles. The full length of all sections of the wall combined is estimated to be around 13,171 miles. That's over half the Earth's circumference. What is Iron Man's true identity? Tony Stark. Stark built his first Iron Man suit while held captive in a cave, using scrap parts to escape. One of the most iconic origin stories in comics and film. Which superstar athlete is known as the Flying Tomato? Shaun White. Shaun White is a 3-time Olympic gold medalist in snowboarding halfpipe, the most by any snowboarder ever. He earned the nickname the Flying Tomato because of his long red hair and high-flying tricks. The act of exploring caves is called spelunking, also known as caving in the UK. Spelunking can include climbing, crawling, rappelling, and even swimming through underground cave systems. Who was the first president to live in the White House? John Adams. John Adams served as the second U.S. president from 1797 to 1801, following George Washington. Which cartoon character is known for his love of donuts? Homer Simpson. Homer's iconic catchphrase, "dough," is so famous it was added to the Oxford English Dictionary in 2001. Who is the oldest Marvel superhero? Human Torch. At peak power, the Human Torch can unleash a supernova blast, which burns as hot as the surface of the sun, but it's extremely dangerous and rarely used. How tall is the Empire State Building? 102-story. When it was completed in 1931, the Empire State Building was the tallest building in the world at 381 meters, holding that title for nearly 40 years. How many bones are in your elbow? 3. The elbow joint is formed by 3 bones: the humerus, upper arm, ulna, and radius, both in the forearm. How much of Earth's fresh water is stored in glaciers? 3/4. Around 69% of Earth's fresh water is locked away in glaciers and ice caps, mostly in Antarctica and Greenland, with some glacier ice is over 100,000 years old. What do you call a person who studies trees? Dendrologist. Dendrology is a branch of botany, the science of plants, but it focuses specifically on trees, shrubs, and woody plants. Geliophobia is the fear of laughter. Geliophobia is often linked to social anxiety. People with this phobia may fear that laughter is directed at them or feel embarrassed by laughter in social settings. What precious metal is an Olympic gold medal mostly made of? Silver. Despite being called gold medals, modern Olympic gold medals are mostly made of silver, typically about 92.5% silver, sterling silver, coated with a thin layer of pure gold, About 6. Which ancient people invented the sport of surfing? Polynesians. Surfing is believed to have originated over 3,000 years ago in Polynesia, especially in Hawaii and Tahiti, where it was an important cultural and spiritual activity. What is the world's most difficult bike race called? Tour de France. The Tour de France started in 1903, and the race typically covers around 3,500 kilometers over 3 weeks with about 21 stages. What sound does a spotted hyena make? Laughing. The laugh of a hyena isn't laughter like humans do. It's actually a vocalization called a giggle, or laugh call, used to communicate. Traditional writing in ancient Egypt was made up of pictures called hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs were the formal writing system of ancient Egypt, used for religious texts, official inscriptions, and monumental art. It was later replaced by other scripts after the 4th century CE. What type of attraction is the London Eye? Ferris wheel. The London Eye opened to the public on March 9, 2000. At 135 meters tall, it was the world's tallest observation wheel until 2006. It's still one of the tallest in Europe. The Lord of the Rings trilogy was filmed entirely in New Zealand. The village of Hobbiton, built for the films, was preserved and is now a major tourist attraction in Matamata, complete with hobbit holes and a working Green Dragon Inn. What causes the magnificent light show of the Northern Lights, also called the Aurora Borealis? Solar wind streams. Solar wind streams are flows of charged particles, mainly electrons and protons, that constantly stream out from the sun's outer atmosphere into space. When solar wind hits Earth's magnetic field, it can trigger auroras by exciting gases in the upper atmosphere. How much of Antarctica is covered in ice? 98%. About 98% of Antarctica is covered by a thick sheet of ice, making it the coldest, driest, and windiest continent on Earth. How much time passes between one high tide in the ocean and the next? 12 hours. The time between one high tide and the next is about 12 hours and 25 minutes, slightly more than 12 hours. Which national park is most visited in the United States? Great Smoky Mountains. The smoky look comes from natural fog produced by vegetation. The trees release water vapor and organic compounds that scatter blue light, creating that iconic hazy bluish mist. The Chinese dragon is an ancient symbol of what? Power. Chinese dragons symbolize imperial power, authority, and strength. In ancient China, the emperor was often called the son of the dragon. On his journey to what land did Marco Polo learn about paper money? China. When Marco Polo visited China in the late 1200s, he was fascinated by the use of paper money, which didn't exist in Europe at the time. He described it in great detail in his travel writings. Table tennis originated in which old country in the 1880s? England. Table tennis originated in England in the late 1800s as a parlor game for the upper class, often played after dinner on dining tables using books as nets and champagne corks as balls. How long can a pet goldfish live? 25 years. While most people think of goldfish as short-lived pets, they can actually live 15 to 25 years, and sometimes even longer, if properly cared for. The oldest known goldfish lived to be 43 years old. How many black and white keys are there on a piano? 88. A full-sized piano has 88 keys, 52 white keys, and 36 black keys. In 2004, scientists discovered a star made of diamond. Awesome, you are right. Astronomers discovered a white dwarf star named Lucy, officially BPM 37093. That's essentially a giant diamond in space. It's estimated to be 10 billion trillion carats in size, the largest known diamond in the universe. Join the Quiz Koala family. Please subscribe now and stay tuned for more awesome quizzes. Pick your next challenge and please make sure to like, share, and subscribe.